Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel.
Hello!
So we've got spirit jerseys on, I've got my Disney ears on, so it means only one thing.
We're going to chat about Disney.
Disneyland Paris. So this is the penultimate episode of our Disneyland Paris memories videos. We are up to trip, which was
2019.
November 2019. And then we've just got January 2020.
Yeah.
And then we're up to date.
So 2019, this was a year since we'd been. The previous trip we got engaged, and then we went and worked on the ship for a bit, and then a year later we came
back to Disney. And obviously it's been a lot longer since now.
Yeah.
It will be over a year when we eventually go back. But at that time, I think it had been the longest we'd kind of had a break of going to Disneyland Paris together.
Since we'd started going.
Yeah, since we started going. So we were so excited.
Together,
to go
that
back.
is. I mean, I went when I was 12.
Yeah.
And they went
That's a
back
very
in
long break.
2017, so that was quite a gap.
But there were so many memories from this trip. It was actually really difficult to just pick out 10. We made ourselves a big bucket list. So yeah, we're going to share our top 10 favourite memories from the trip. So make sure you grab a cuppa and get cozy and we'll chat all things Disneyland Paris. So number 1 on our memories list
So
is...
these aren't in a particular order, are
No,
they?
they're not. Yeah,
It's just 10 memories.
Yeah. We don't prefer one over the other. But the first memory is becoming Disneyland Paris annual pass holders.
Seems a long time ago.
It does seem a long time ago. And we are still technically Disneyland Paris annual pass holders because luckily our annual passes have been extended for all the time that the park's been closed.
We don't know when they run out. We need to check.
I think it's going to be like quite near the end of the year.
Because there's a way, I think they said you can go on and you can type in and it'll show you when your new end date is.
But we were so excited to become Disneyland Paris annual pass holders, and we actually booked the trip, booked everything. We didn't have any tickets.
Yeah.
It was the first time where we actually, if we wanted to, we actually couldn't get into the park. We didn't have a ticket.
Well, we didn't realise at the time when you could get the annual pass, we didn't realise that you could go through the French website because you can get them through the French website. You can order them online.
Yeah.
But we didn't realise that you could like translate the page and then go through and then get them sent to your house because we've seen a few people do that. So we decided we were going to get them in the actual park.
Which was scary but also exciting.
Yeah.
And we arrived in the afternoon. We went and checked into the hotel and then we headed straight to the park to get our annual passes. And a lot of people told us that it might be quite a long wait, but it wasn't too bad for us.
Yeah. I was just going to say the way that we did it is that we went to the kiosk where you would get your normal tickets. We actually went to the Donald's. I can't remember what it's called, and I always struggle with this.
Kiosk.
Yeah. We went there, but they said that they couldn't do it and that we had to go to the actual entry.
But I have heard of people doing it there, so I don't know. Maybe give it a try.
So we paid for the actual annual passes there, and then we got given these substitute tickets, which allowed us in, and then we went straight to the Passeport d'Annuel.
Yeah, which is kind of like if you're looking at the castle, it's on the right, and it's a building that we've always walked past and been like, oh, there's the annual pass building. I wonder what it'd feel like to be able to go inside. Yeah. So we had a little waiting to go in, and then we went in, and then we had about a half an hour to 45-minute queue. Yeah. It wasn't too long.
It was all right because it was raining outside.
Yeah. And then we kind of went through all of the annual pass, kind of like all the forms you have to fill out, and also they took our photos for the annual pass.
Yeah.
And then we exited with our annual pass. And I think you can just see our faces on the vlog. We are so excited.
Yeah. It was just crazy to think that we'd actually got them in our hands. And then part of the fun as well was then later getting the lanyards to put the annual passes in.
I think it was the same day after we'd finished up in the parks, we headed straight to World of Disney. Yeah. And we picked out our lanyards. And you got I got Toy Story one, and I got an Up one.
Yeah, you were struggling. You couldn't find one and then spotted the Up one.
Yeah, we still got them to this day. So yeah, really special, and we're just hoping that we can use them soon. We kind of had planned to use them. The reasoning we got it was because it was going to work out financially a lot better for us because we were planning to go pretty much for every season. and then just stay off site. So financially, it would have worked out really well.
But we did manage to get on a trip with them.
We did, and we had that trip as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to use them soon.
So on that same day, on the day that we arrived at Disneyland Paris, it was the end of the Halloween season.
Yeah, it was like literally the last day.
It was the last day. It was the last day that they were doing things, including the Halloween show that was happening outside of the castle, where we had previously seen the incredible 25th anniversary show. But that's from a different video. And we got there, and I think there was 2 times that we had circled that it was going to be on, that we were going to be able to make. The first one got rained off
completely, like it was torrential rain, and we were like, I think they're just going to call it off for the rest of the day. We were like, oh well. So
we decided to go off and do some other things, and then we came back out of a ride, Phantom Manor, which we'll talk about later on, and it was going to be on. The last ever one.
We weren't sure because the rain had stopped, and we were like, ooh. Because I think what happened was they had on the app, it wasn't on the app, but they had a actual board outside which had that one on. Mm-hmm. So we were like, we don't know if it's on. And I remember walking and then hearing the music. And
we were walking towards it, and you could see that they had the smoke.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, they wouldn't be having that come out if they weren't going to do it. So then we quickly ran over, got ourselves set up, and then it started.
And it was such a good show. We loved it. The Ursula was amazing. Her voice was incredible. And we loved the Are You Brave Enough song.
That's what it was called, wasn't it?
It was called Are You Brave Enough, yeah. And it had all of the villains.
It was cool seeing all the villains together.
And I think as well, because it was their last ever show, I just feel like the energy was crazy. Like you could just feel the energy from them.
Yeah.
And also I think they kind of didn't know if they were going to get to do it because of the rain.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just made a really good show.
Ursula was fantastic. I mean, she did all the singing throughout. And then I just loved Are You Ready? That always gets stuck in my head.
Yeah.
From Princess and the Frog.
But if you ever are at Disneyland Paris over Halloween and they have the Are You Brave Enough show, highly recommend.
Yeah.
Our next, number 3, is finding Oasis Winnie.
Oh, we should have put him in the background.
Oh, obviously his actual title, official title, is not Oasis Winnie. That's just what we've called him. But he is the Christmas edition Winnie the Pooh for 2019. And this is like a funny story, which probably a lot of you know from the vlogs. But originally I wanted the 2018 Christmas edition Winnie, and I didn't pick him up. So I planned on the next trip a year later to get that same Winnie, but he had been changed into this new version.
He changed it. He got rid of his Baker Boy hat.
Yeah, and I was really disappointed at first, wasn't I?
You were like, it was a bit like, What are you doing?
Because he was so different. Like the whole outfit was different. His fur was different. Like he just looked completely different. And it took us seeing him about every day. And then I think we got him near the end of the trip.
We saw him every time we went into a shop.
Yeah.
We saw him multiple times a day.
It kind of becomes a running joke in the series because we literally show him on each vlog. And then it got to the end and we were like, because we've seen him every day, it's just going to feel weird if we don't get him.
Yeah.
And now he's obviously like one of our favourite ever plushes. But yeah, it was funny because initially we weren't going to get him.
And the reason that we called him Oasis Winnie is because we've got they're not together anymore, but the band in the United Kingdom called Oasis, with the lead singer Liam Gallagher, who would like have one of those jackets with his hood
He'd always wear like a Parker jacket, and he like Oasis Winnie when he's got his hood up, he looks like he's a member of Oasis.
Yeah.
But then ever since the trip, loads of people have also sent us photos of their Oasis Winnies.
Yeah.
And I'm just so happy we got him, and he always reminds me of that trip.
So I said I was going to mention it. Riding the new refurbed Phantom Manor has made it onto the list. So this, again, it was the first day. We did a lot in that first day we arrived.
It's because a lot we had to get done that day because it was going to go.
So we decided are you brave enough? We don't think it's happening. We'll go and do a ride. So we went off and we did Phantom Manor, and we hadn't been on it in ages because obviously it had been closed for the refurb. Our
first trip.
It probably would have been, was it January 2018?
Maybe.
I think. And we went on that, and I came off, and I was just buzzing. That
was where his love for Phantom Manor began. I had
this newfound... I'd always liked the ride, but I just had this newfound love. And I just thought, like, all the effects that they'd updated, the way that you actually got onto the Doom buggies with Melanie actually stood at the top of the stairs. There was everything. Vincent Price's narration, I think, immediately when I went in and heard his voice, I was like, oh, this is good. And then from there on in, every moment I could, I was on the internet searching the history.
We went for a drink at Sequoia Lodge, and Martyn kind of told me the whole brief history of Phantom Manor.
Yeah, sort of like I do whenever I've watched a film. Like we're watching the Marvel films at the moment, and every time we finish one, I go on Internet Movie Database and find out facts, and then tell Helena whether she wants to hear them or not. And I did that with Phantom Manor.
Yeah, and it's just funny because obviously Phantom Manor has now become a huge part of the channel with Happy Chappy Phantom and with your brief history of Phantom Manor.
But I think that's also why it made it on the list, because without that love being cemented, we wouldn't have had like the Phantom Facts on the channel. We wouldn't have made the badge, and Phantom then we Facts. Wouldn't have created the brief history series, which started with Phantom Manor. Yeah. We started with all those facts I was giving you originally.
Yeah. But it is funny when you watch the vlog, because we're like, oh, we're just going to go on the new refurbed Phantom Manor, like not thinking much of it, and then we come off and then you're all just like in awe.
Yeah.
So next is quite a funny memory, and this is when I think we were heading to Big Thunder Mountain, and Jafar just popped up out of nowhere, and we were the first people in the queue to go meet him, first or second.
We were second, I think, yeah.
And we decided to meet him because just before we went, I think... Was it Disney Week?
We did a Disney Week, yeah.
We did a Disney Week, so we did a Disney video every day leading up to the trip. And in one of those videos, I had said that my most overrated villain was Jafar.
It was a villain's tag, I think.
Villain's tag.
Because Halloween was coming up, obviously.
And so we were like, oh, we have to meet him. So it was just a really funny meet and greet. He hypnotised us both.
Yeah, with his staff.
He was really scary. He was so tall. And but it's just funny because I had called him the most overrated villain, so I was actually quite nervous because I was like, imagine if he's seen the YouTube video.
He's heard.
But I really love the photos we got from that meet and greet, and they just always remind me of that trip.
Yeah, but I love that. You know, obviously it's not happening at the moment, but that when you would just on the off chance bump into a character.
We weren't planning on meeting him. We were literally heading to Big Thunder Mountain, and then because no one was queuing, we were like, oh well, we'll just pop in and get a photo with him. Yeah. And then it turned into like one of our favourite memories.
Yeah. But we didn't tell him.
No, I was too scared.
The next one is, there was a few like rides that had opened after having refurbs and things of that nature, and this was the first time that we'd been on the new Tower of Terror.
Which we love. That nearly made it onto the list as like a standalone memory because we loved the new version.
Yeah, but we sort of get to include it here. So with the three different stories with the different lifts.
With the little girl.
But the thing that's actually made it on the list was the interaction with one of the cast members, and it's a guy that we've just always remembered now since then, called Cedric. I'm pretty sure I recognise him every time that we go.
I feel like a lot of people might know who we're talking about.
And yeah, he was putting people into the different lines, and we got put with someone that was behind us who obviously wasn't in our group, but we were going to be sat next to him.
I think they were like a single rider.
Yeah, something like that. And he said, what did he say?
He said something like, you're all together now.
You're all together. All right, yeah. So he said, you're all together now. And I said, like family or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he thought I'd said, finally.
He thought he'd gone, finally.
As if I was being like grumpy and after we'd been waiting so long. But I wasn't. I was fine.
And Martyn was like, no, I said family. Because he was so deadpan, and like he literally just shot Martyn this like evil stare.
Yeah.
He was
I would
so
not
good.
dare. I would not dare. They do a fantastic job. I'm not saying things like that. Not at all. Not in Disney. Don't throw me out.
But he was so good. He's definitely like made for Tower of Terror.
Yeah, he had a really distinctive voice. I think he says to somebody, "Do you mind where you sit?"
Yeah, that's it. It was like that.
And well, it doesn't matter. Was it? It doesn't matter
I
anyway.
choose anyway. Yeah. He's just one of those people that we'll just always remember.
But he just
I hope he's
talked
there when we
like
go
that. Yes.
I wonder if he always talks like that.
Maybe.
So number 7 is actually a cheat because it's 2 memories, but they kind of go together because they are the dance moves of the vlog series. And the first
You're
one...
being a bit generous there, I think, like saying dance moves.
The first one is Martyn's trainer hop, which I think, if I remember correctly, Kathy called it Martyn's trainer hop in the comments, and now that's what we always call it.
That's what we call it. It's a state every time I go. But it doesn't happen anywhere. It happens on a stretch between the Hyde Park Adagio and Disneyland Paris.
Yeah, it's like a long walk, and it's basically like a little skip. And we were heading to studios to go meet Sully, and I think you changed into trainers. I think you were wearing boots before.
I wore boots on the first day and for a few days, I think, and they were just really hurting my feet. And then we went back, changed my shoes, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so sprightly."
And that's when you did this funny little move.
Yeah.
And then also I did the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse dance, which I now do every time because it fits to the music around that area. And it's a little...
I'm trying to think what this
It's a little
song
bum
is
wiggle and a little arms up. But it goes with the song. But I can't remember what the music is.
With the music.
But anyway, those 2 dance moves we kind of tend to now incorporate into our Disney trips. So that is where they were born. Probably a memory more for us than anyone else, but we had to include it.
If we go back and stay in a Disney resort, I'll have to think about a different area to do the trainer hop.
I know, you can't walk all the way there just to do the trainer hop.
I will be doing the trainer hop.
I mean, the trainer hop, you can do it anywhere.
The trainer hop will be happening on that walk when we finally get back.
We were actually saying... When I was watching the vlogs, I was like, I can't imagine how excited, like how amazing that feeling is going to be when we walk down Main Street. Like, it's keeping me going.
The next one is... I'm laughing.
It's funny because of how it's like written.
The way it's written is, hugged by penguin in parade. And that's exactly what happened. We were watching the parade in our usual spot.
Yeah, which is right at the end, just before they go through the big double doors. And we actually always manage, we get there a little bit early and we can sit on the curb, set up our camera, and then we've got our little spot.
So just sat there, and then along came the bit where it's all different characters, but in there is Mary Poppins and Bert, and so also the penguins are around, and they were just going by. And then all of a sudden, one of the penguins, he breaks from the pack and he heads towards me, and I'm like, what's happening here? And he gives me a hug.
I thought he whispered something in your ear as well.
Yeah, no, didn't whisper anything, no.
But he literally made a beeline for Martyn.
I know.
He's very fond of you.
But it just made me really, really emotional. Because I love Mary Poppins and the penguins, that scene in particular.
And we actually caught it on the vlog, so if you go back, you'll be able to see it.
Yeah. But that was special.
Hugged by a penguin.
Hugged by a penguin. I also just love penguins.
They are cute. Ooh, so number 9, our penultimate memory is meeting Chip and Dale, but meeting Chip and Dale for the first time ever, which is crazy because, like, I know he's, like, a lot of people's favourite meet and greets, and we just never met them. They, sorry.
Which one were you talking about? Were you talking about Chip or were you talking about Dale? One of them's going to be offended.
But we just never met them, and it was near the end of the trip, and we made sure that we were going to meet them. So we started queuing, I think at like they were going to come out at 11, and we started queuing at like 20 to 11, and we were like the third people or something in the queue. And then we met them, and it was so much fun. We had some amazing photos where they're just messing around.
They were on it as soon as, you know, they were causing chaos as soon as they started coming out into the park.
Oh yeah, do you remember? They came and joined the queue.
We saw them walk around, and then I think it was Chip. I think Chip was the more mischievous one who stood in front of me as if he was waiting to get in line to chat to Dale.
But it was just so much fun, and I can't believe we hadn't met them before. I remember they were really offended because we had badges, and we didn't have a Chip and Dale badge.
No, we didn't. We had badges to do with all other sorts of things. Which ones did we have at the time? We didn't have You Guy Ralph at that point, did we?
No, I think we just had Slinky.
They probably would have been, who's that?
Ours. And I had my We're All Mad Here, Cheshire Cat.
Yes.
So yeah, we didn't have a Chip or Dale. And they were like, where's us?
But all the photos were different because they were just doing different poses, and they were like blocking your face and all that sort of thing.
But I'd love to meet them again now that I've met them once. It was it was a really fun meet and greet.
Number 10. So we do the bucket list before we go, and on this bucket list, we decided we were going to try and ride. Well, actually, we tried it the year before.
Yes, and we failed.
We wanted to ride Space Mountain, Hyperspace Mountain. We wanted to ride 10 times. Oh, thank you, by the way, to everyone that's sent messages to me about they've brought out a Disneyland Paris book, the same as the Pirates of the Caribbean one, the same as Phantom Manor, but it's all about Space Mountain. So
that'd be cool.
I will try and get that at some point.
We need the Pirates of the Caribbean one as well.
In the future, yeah. I've got a feeling that this Space Mountain one might sell out and keep coming.
Yeah, it's going to be popular.
Like the Phantom Manor one did. But yeah, so we tried to ride Space Mountain 10 times, and we managed to do it.
Yay!
And we didn't cheat this time, did we?
We didn't do we tried single ride.
We tried single rider the first time round just to try and get to 10, but we got to 9, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, and then it broke down or something.
Yeah, but this trip, 2019, we managed to conquer it 10 times.
I can't believe we managed to ride it 10 times, and I think what made it possible that trip was the queue times were so good that trip. I think they were like mostly between 5 and 15 minutes for everything.
Yeah, but then we decided that we couldn't then just keep increasing the number.
Yeah, we couldn't be like 20 times. Otherwise, all we would do is just go on Space Mountain. That would be the trip.
Yeah, but yeah, I just love that ride. Can't wait to be on there. I
think there was quite a few times where we rode it twice in a row if there was no queue, and that's how we managed to like...
No, I would have just kept going round.
Oh, I feel like you'd get whiplash. So that is our top 10 memories. Sorry, the battery literally ran out.
Yep, so you might be in a slightly different position.
For the outro. But yeah, that is our top 10 memories from our Disneyland Paris November 19 trip. It was really fun to look back and reminisce again.
It was, but bonus memory. So... we thought we'd include this. This is a little ditty, a little number, musical number that we created for the very end of the vlog series. So during the time that we were there, we started we just started singing alternative lyrics to That's Why. Is it That's Why we call it the blues? Oh, that's why they call it the blues.
Yeah, the Elton John song. But we had like a 15-minute walk from Hyde Park to the parks, and it was on one of those 15-minute walks that we made up the lyrics.
And we were so proud. But it was just a different and unusual end to the vlog series. And to be honest, every time we hear that song by Elton John, we sing our version of the lyrics.
Yeah, we sing it over the top.
I've been singing it a lot lately.
Yeah.
Because, it's all about the Disney blues. So we thought we would just tag it on the end here, so we can be transported back. Here's the Disney Blues song.
1, 2, 3. And I guess that's why we get Disney blues. Time in the parks, spent with Mickey and friends, laughing with Goofy, watching the parade, riding Big Thunder under the fireworks. And I guess that's why we get Disney blues, riding Big Thunder under the fireworks. And I guess that's why we get Disney blues.
So we hope you enjoyed the Disney Blues song. Feel free to sing along whenever you hear the blues song.
Thanks to Elton John. Please don't sue us.
Yeah, don't copyright us. But we will see you in our next video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And yeah, we've got one more Disneyland Paris memories video coming up.
Yeah.
And then we're going to start our reacting to our Disneyland Paris vlog series kind of series.
We're going to go right back to the beginning, to 2017.
Yeah, so we'll watch it along with you and react to the vlogs, which will be fun.
Provide a little commentary, if I remember anything about it.
Yeah. But we will see you very soon. Bye, everyone.
Toodle pipski.